So that's a fancy way of saying, well, here's all the guidelines, but they're secret guidelines that you can actually have more density, or you can be at 5 feet higher than what the guidelines say. You can do more than what we are saying the guidelines are. Those are off menu. So that's like saying, well, you have to know, you got to go to, in and out, and you have to know that you can order a quadruple drupal with the extra animal style without the bun on the top, but only on the bottom. That it's not there, but if you know how to order it, you can have it, but you can't make a meeting to ask about what you can have. So again, talk about opacity, just like layering the opacity on top of it. And then if that doesn't sound insane enough, okay, then because you can't meet with anyone, because everything is online, and because now there's no accountability on the side of the city, it's now taking years to get projects approved. We're talking the pipeline right now. If you want to build a multifamily apartment project that is not an affordable, okay, we're just talking, what everyone was building 5 years ago, what the city says that they want. If you want to build one, today, you had to start your planning and your building plans 4 years ago. 4 years ago to be building today. So if you want more units online in 5 years, okay, that means you have to absolutely start today. It's going to take 2 years to build the project. So we're already talking about pipeline 2030 right now, and 2031 and 2032 for a high density allocated project today. And that's not including the fact that you've got to give time for the relocation and if there's existing tenancies and whatnot. Exceptionally time consuming and frustrating process, and expensive. Everything that takes time costs more money, and then everyone needs to be paid for that, and the developer needs a profit margin based on that. You can't run a project for 6 or 7 years and expect to have less margin. You have to make money because you're deploying all this capital and time into something that's going to take an extraordinary amount of time. All right, so now we layer onto that ED1, okay? Executive Directive 1 essentially said this: if you build 100% affordable housing, okay, which is to say that's like federally or locally mandated, rent caps, which are far below what you can actually run a building at. But the hope is that if you get Section 8 contracts and tenancies into those buildings, that then essentially the project will pencil if you do it that way. Well, here's what the executive directive said. Okay, if you build 100% affordable, we will do the following things for you. We will eliminate parking restrictions. So no more parking. Okay. Now, while that sounds a little bit insane for most Californians who are here in Southern California, the idea here was, okay, if it's on a long major transit area and the tenants can then use all public transportation, and we're trying to move to this sort of like urbanized thing, and we can beta test this with the affordable housing. But think about this from the standpoint of what the practicality of this. So 0 parking required, which also, by the way, saves millions of dollars.